Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Star Bazaar and to a very exciting Battlefront 2 news update that I know a lot of you have been waiting for a while now. Passive health on kill is confirmed to be coming to Battlefront 2 this month in the August update, which is now confirmed to be dropping on August 28th. We have all the details in the surprise community transmission that just dropped this morning. Let's check it out. Before jumping into it, let me briefly explain what passive health on kill means, because every time I bring this up in a video, I get some comments asking for some clarity. Every single hero and villain in Battlefront 2 has a star card that lets them get health back every time they take out a trooper or enemy hero. This is what we call their health on kill star card. Without it, they cannot get health back for those defeated enemies. Right now anyway. After the August update, Health on Kill will become a passive ability for all heroes, meaning they will not need the star card, they will just defeat enemies and they will get the health back automatically. The idea is to free up a third star card slot so you can do a more unique combination of cards, or try a card that you have not yet tried before because you were taking up space with the Health on Kill card. This is going to make the heroes and villains of Battlefront 2 way stronger, since they will be getting health back with every single kill, and they have the opportunity to boost up another one of their abilities or their stamina or whatever else that third star card will let them do. So this is great news for all the heroes in Battlefront 2, but it kind of begs the question, what's happening to the current Health on Kill star cards? That's the question today's community transmission is tackling. Rather than just removing the star cards, they will be replaced with brand new ones for each and every hero. These new cards will still keep the same level that they're currently at, so if your Health on Kill card was at Epic level, the new card will still stay at Epic. The transmission lists all of these new card effects, so let's go over them now. Boba Fett gets a card called Born to Fly, which says, Boba Fett's ability cooldowns are faster while he's in the air, but his health regeneration starts 1.5 seconds later. So if he's flying, he basically gets his abilities back faster, but his health takes longer to start coming back. A decent balance. Darth Vader gets a new card called Surrounded by Fear, which says, when killing an enemy, Darth Vader gains stamina back. That sounds very powerful. I'm definitely going to be equipping this to Vader. Emperor Palpatine gets a new card called Show No Mercy, which description says, each extra target hit by chain lightning will reduce its cooldown by 0.25 seconds to a maximum. This effect resets when Emperor Palpatine is defeated. So if I'm understanding this correctly, for example, in Heroes vs. Villains, if you hit all 4 heroes with your Chain Lightning ability as Palpatine, that will decrease Chain Lightning's cooldown by 1 full second, and that cooldown decrease will stay with Palpatine until he gets defeated. Next, Iden Versio gets a card called Shocking Weakness, which description says, Iden's stun droid also reveals enemies in a 25-meter radius to all allies for a short time. This harkens back to the scan ability from the campaign, which I think sounds really cool. This almost to me sounds like the dark side equivalent of Rey's Insight, which is good because the dark side has needed an ability like that. Kylo Ren gets a very powerful card called Power of Darkness, which says, after he used Frenzy, Kylo Ren's lightsaber damage is increased for 6 seconds. Which is pretty crazy because I think Frenzy's cooldown is about 10 seconds, so he just gets bonus damage every time he uses Frenzy. That's very strong. Darth Maul's new card is called Savage, or Savage if you're a fan of the Clone Wars, and the new description says, if Darth Maul hits 4 enemies with spin attack within a short time, his spin attack recharge will be 75% faster for 4 seconds. So basically, if you use spin attack into a big group of enemies, you'll basically be able to spin attack forever, is what I'm understanding from this. That's cool. General Grievous is next, and his new card is called Flesh is Weak. The description says, for every 10% of health missing, General Grievous gains damage reduction, but his health regeneration speed is halved. That's very unique and makes General Grievous more tank-like, which is fitting, I think. The only thing that would have to change about Grievous's playstyle if you run this card is that if you do take damage, you'll have to hang back a little bit longer to get your health back, just since the regeneration speed is halved for every 10% of health missing. So if you take 500 damage, your health is coming back very, very slowly. Next, Count Dooku's new card is called Initiative. Every 15 seconds, Count Dooku's basic attack will be a critical strike, dealing extra damage. This cooldown is reduced by 1 second for every successful lightsaber attack. So basically, Dooku just gets a hidden timer where every 15 seconds, the lightsaber attack that hits after that point will be a critical strike, dealing bonus damage. I'm really liking these card effects so far. They're unique, but also balanced. You get something from it, but it also takes something away. I like it. Next up is Captain Phasma, whose new card is called Blaster Inspection. Every time she kills an enemy, Captain Phasma and friendly troopers around her gain a permanent 3% decrease to their blaster overheat per bolt to a maximum. This effect resets when Captain Phasma is defeated, and this is a similar effect to the one that Palpatine gets from his new card. Basically, for every enemy Captain Phasma defeats, her allies around her will be able to shoot their blasters for longer, which is a pretty cool effect for a team leader, like Captain Phasma. Chewbacca is next, and his new card is called Impervious. Every time Chewbacca deals a threshold of 200 combined damage with any ability, he gains 2% damage reduction to a maximum. So pretty much, just deal as much damage as you can with Furious Bowcaster and Charge Slam, and Chewbacca gets damage reduction until he's defeated. That's pretty crazy. Han Solo gets a new card as well, and this one is really cool. It's called Smuggler's Wits, and Han Solo gains an extra dodge ability charge, but all cooldowns are increased. So Han Solo gets an increase to all of his ability cooldowns, but like Dooku and the BX Commando droid, he will be able to do 3 consecutive dodges back to back. That's a very interesting trade-off, and I'm interested to see how many people actually run this card. Next, Leia Organa is a great team leader, and she finally gets a card that capitalizes on this. Her new card is called Stay Together, and the description says, if she is within 15 meters of 2 friendly units, Leia and her close allies will take reduced damage. So pretty much all she has to do is stay close to her team, and everybody around her gets reduced damage. That's really strong. It's basically Finn's big deal without having to use a big deal ability. I'm liking it. Lando Calrissian gets a new card called Buckle Up, Baby. New description says, every enemy trooper defeated or 100 damage to villains reduces the heat per shot of Lando's X8 Night Sniper permanently by 2% to a maximum. This effect resets when Lando is defeated. Basically, just take out enemy troopers and deal as much damage as possible to enemy heroes, and the X8 Night Sniper's overheat will be reduced permanently. Luke Skywalker gets a very powerful card called Intensify. The new description is, every trooper defeated or 200 damage to heroes increases Luke Skywalker's lightsaber damage by 2 to a maximum. So if Luke Skywalker defeats just 5 enemy troops, his lightsaber damage has already gone up by 10 points just like that. That's very strong. Rey's new card is called Balance, and that's exactly what it brings. Just like Han Solo, Rey gains an extra dodge charge, but her stamina drains faster. So just like Dooku and the BX, Rey will also be able to do 3 dodges, but her stamina goes faster is all. With Insight, I don't see this being an issue. This is going to be a very powerful card for Rey. Master Yoda is next, and his card is called Size Matters Not. The description says, when the bonus health of presence depletes, it heals for some of the damage it prevented, but its cooldown is increased by 13 seconds. I'll be honest, I'm not completely understanding this card. To me, it sounds like when you get that bonus health from presence, but you take damage, then that health gets returned to you after presence is done. I'm not totally clear on it. I'm hoping that they provide some more clarification later on. Bottom line though, 13 seconds extra cooldown time is a long time, so I'm hoping the effect is worth it. Moving on, Obi-Wan Kenobi gets a card called Safeguard. The description says, after blocking 10 blaster shots, 2 abilities, or lightsaber attacks with his block, Obi-Wan gains a permanent reduction of 2% to his stamina costs to a maximum. So the more defensive you play with Obi-Wan, the slower his stamina will drain, which suits his character. I like it. Anakin Skywalker gets a very fittingly named star card called Steamroll, and the description says, every enemy trooper defeated or 200 damage done to villains decreases all of Anakin Skywalker's stamina costs by 2% to a maximum. So the more damage you do, the less stamina Anakin drains. And finally, Finn gets a new card called In Charge. The description says, during Undercover Team, Finn will grant a damage reduction of 2% for each trooper defeated, or 100 damage to villains to a maximum to all friendlies affected. This bonus stays for the next use of the ability, but resets when Finn is defeated. So Undercover Team just grants some extra damage reduction to his friendlies as long as he's taken out troops and enemy heroes. And those are all the new star card effects that each hero and villain is getting in Battlefront 2. it says here in the CT, all of these changes will be going into the August update, which is currently scheduled for release on August 28th. We'll be back with more info on this month's update, as well as the future of Star Wars Battlefront 2 at Gamescom later this month. And just like that, that brings today's news update to an end. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. In a comment down below, let me know your favorite new star card effect and the hero that you're most excited to try with these changes. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's coverage, and also subscribe and get notified if you're a new viewer. That's going to do it from me. I appreciate you all stopping by the bazaar, and I will see you all out on the battlefront. Peace.